Right, so before we carry on, I've added quite a lot of extra stuff to the Qt.profile now, and this is to do with integrating this with the NGL library. So as a quick overview, I'll explain what's there, but typically what I do is I cut and paste from one of my predefined profiles, or just take an existing project and change it. So one of the nice features now of Qt is that we can put non-compiled files into our system. So in this case, I've added to the other files keyword my shaders. So I've got a fragment shader, a vertex shader, a color fragment shader, and a color vertex shader. And these appear in the shaders directory, and we can go in and just look at them. You can see the very basic GLSL shaders. Another advantage with the latest version of Qt Creator is you can download various syntax highlighting files, which are the standard Qt syntax highlighting files, and you can edit and use your shaders, as you can see here, with nice syntax highlighting and everything else. So it really is quite nice for integrated development. I've also now added a series of extra flags. So Qmake CXX flags are basically going to, when Qmake is run, add to the make file these flags to the C++ compiler. So I've added some SSE flags for specific Mac architecture. In this case, Mac X flag here will look to see if it's running Mac OS X. If it is, I'm adding the flag -arch x8664 because I want to build 64-bit in this case. On the Mac, I've got my boost libraries, which are needed by NGL, installed in user local boost. Under Linux, I want to use the flags -march native. Under Linux 64, I've got the same thing because they do appear differently whether you're using 64-bit or 32-bit. I'm adding to my defines NGL debug, which will add some debug flags to NGL. I'm adding user local lib to my path. This is the core NGL library. So when NGL is installed, it should be installed in $home/NGL/lib. That's where the actual NGL library is installed. So ls/NGL/lib. You can see that my NGL libraries are there. Under Linux, it will be a .so, not a dylib. Under Windows, it will be a .dll. And there's some defines depending on architecture. So if it's Linux or Linux 64, I've got Linux. I've also added glue because we need glue under Linux to initialize GL. I've added my depend path to be include, so if we modify an include file, it will also update and recompile the dependencies. Under Mac, we are setting the flag Darwin, which is important for NGL for the different includes of OpenGL. They're in different locations. I'm also adding home NGL include to my include path because if we look NGL/include, we've got a directory there called NGL, and all of our NGL H files are there. And under Windows, things are in a different position. I've got my boost installed in the root C:\\. I've got NGL included in C:\\NGL, and also I need to include the glue libraries. So this is specifically for Windows. The Windows version is not as well supported. So those changes have been made to the project file. At the moment, we've not done any NGL stuff, which is what we're going to do next.